Jetzt kommen wir warten, ein paar Hot Dogs zu kaufen. Achso, hier könnte ich theoretisch auch noch rein, ne? Ich habe eine Crowbar. Danger Spider, auch nicht schon wieder. Oder eigentlich ist das gut, ne? Vielleicht komme ich doch nochmal in den Raum rein. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. Note tagged to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it, because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Was hat mir das gebracht? Hätte ich da einen Surprise Attack gehabt oder so? Oh, ich will aber die anderen Crates eigentlich noch. Oh, ich weiß es nicht. Vielleicht ist die ja ganz nett. Open the door. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's nowhere to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Habe ich sie freigelassen? Habe ich sie freigelassen? Ich glaube, ich habe sie freigelassen. Shit. Oh well. Wir haben sie weggemacht. Ich glaube, ich gehe jetzt actually nochmal dahin. Vielleicht verprügel ich die zu Hause. Bin ja jetzt OP. Oh, dieses Knife ist ja so gut. So, Jungs, jetzt bin ich dran. Gib ihm. Der hat noch 7 Leben. Der hat aber kaum Muscle. Und dann kann ich den einfach abstechen. Zack. Du kannst mich heilen. Boah, also ich muss sagen, Alice zu nehmen war auch mega geil. So, dann kann ich dich wieder wegballern. Ich muss einmal den hier. Den kannst du abstechen. Ja, okay, nice. Also dieses Messer war ein riesen Upgrade. Das ist ziemlich geil. Der Typ heißt Kaffeehaus. Und weg mit dir. Nice. Egg of Ears and such. Desert Gangs 6 Gun. Black Boots. Alter, die Boots passen zu meiner Hose. These already black boots have been thoroughly boot-blacked. They must have been stolen from somebody with both fashion sense and meat in abundance. 1 AP, 1 Moxie. I mean, sure, I guess. Didn't feel like carrying the entire house in the desert gang back to town, so just took a few bits. Und die 6 Gun. Oh, weiß ich nicht. Muss ich jetzt aber nicht haben. Kann ich jetzt noch hier rein? Nein? Wie? Ich will in das Haus rein. Dog has wandered off in search of some better masters. Ja, das ist gut. Der Hund soll sich mal ein paar Besitzer suchen, die den appreciaten. Okay, dann ab nach Dirtwater und zum Sheriff. I see a streak of fire blasts across the sky and land just over the horizon. Right to the side of the impact to find a meteor. Geil. 709 Meat. Holy shit, das ist eine Menge. Vom Meteor. Stell dir vor, es regnet einfach Geld. Wobei es gar nicht so unrealistisch, wenn irgendwie im Real Life ein Meteor einknallt, dann kannst du auch irgendwie von dem geile Steine sammeln und dann kannst du die verkaufen oder so, ne? Alter, kommt mal Hotdog. Warum heißt das jetzt nicht mehr Dog? If what's left of the Desert House Gang. Bitteschön. Well, this certainly is a bag of severed ears and teeth and such. Which gang was this? House in a desert gang. Take your word for it, good job. Dankeschön. Tattoo tooth. Yep, that's the tattoo tooth of the leader of the stripy head gang. Alright, I'd recognize it anywhere. Geil, ich habe schon wieder richtig viel XP, ne? 150, oder? Was machen wir da? Ich könnte Level Favor upgraden, jetzt wo ich, wow, das ist echt gut. Jetzt wo ich das mehr casten kann. Ich kann das zweimal upgraden, theoretisch. Gönnen. Okay, hier ist immer noch jetzt nichts verändert. Kann ich mir jetzt hier Hot Dogs? Moin! Howdy dog! Well, if it isn't my savior, good old Schulli, howdy yourself? A sign outside. I had to change the name. I tried to find a trademark and it turns out there's already something called a hot dog. What? Trust me, you don't want to know. I wish I didn't know. Anyway, a single letter removed and I'm in business. Gestures at the menu on the wall behind him. Buy something. Wow. Elegant Hot Dog, Jumbo Hot Dog. Oh, geil, das ist echt stark. Aber ist auch echt teuer. Aber ich kann auch bei den Sachen verkaufen. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Stabil. Warte, was? Why heißt mein Haus so many legs? Das sind doch nur 4. Hm. Okay. Bop, bop. Was können wir denn noch? Wir können noch dahin. Da können wir nichts machen. Da können wir nichts machen. Da können wir gerade auch nichts machen. Da können wir gerade auch nichts mehr machen. Das ist die Main Quest. Ich könnte mir nochmal die Krypta angucken vom Dave, ja, theoretisch. You spot a small cottage on the horizon with what looks like a work table in front of it. Silversmith's house, okay. Sure. Ein Schmied. Hier sind keine. Funktioniert leider immer noch nicht. Oh je. Ach du Scheiße. It's a pile of mostly burnt rags that may be used to be a person. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. Investigate. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. Gore-splattered scroll, human ashes, und ein rope receipt. The scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you that you've gotten all that practice reading inside of a dog. Dann lies das mal. Scrape the largest of the giblets of the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes, spread them out in the shape of a person inside a red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect, or better, glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Actual text has a lot more these and those and such as like that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while you're doing it. Alles klar. Also Asche. This is a human in the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. A part of one at least. Human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. Ich will das nicht untersuchen, ich brauche das noch. Receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk ropes. So it's pretty ominous. It's time you started gathering clues about the whole Param bulletin dead situation that's going on around these parts. Grab a notebook and paperclip and paperclip the receipt to the first page. Necromancer Journal. Collection of the clues you've acquired in your search for the Necromancer's home base. Ah, nice. Also einfach nur Roben. You see that there's a surcharge for delivery past Boulder Pass. It means Necromancer's lair is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. Alrighty. Okay. Some kind of virtual circle drawn on the ground in red shop. Ich kann das doch gar nicht machen. Habe ich ein Glas? Ich habe nur Mug of Cactus Bier. Und Whisky. Ich habe kein Glas. Und ich habe auch keinen Stardust. Ah lol, seit wann kann ich das machen? Crowbar ist eine Waffe? Lol, habe ich gar nicht gecheckt. Das habe ich auch nicht gecheckt, dass das eine Waffe ist. Ich bin ja so lost. Okay. Ich könnte noch das hier machen. Öffne mal ein. Okay. Wie viel Damage macht das jetzt? Und warum ist das eine Menge? Boah. Skeleton Bone. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Kann ich das immer wieder machen? Handful of loose teeth. Alice surveys the scene and just her eyes light up. Evidently, she's had an epiphany of some sort. Alice has become stronger. Nice. Ich öffne mal ein paar mehr auf. Warum nicht? Steve und Dave, die haben so gute Namen eigentlich, ne? Jetzt heilt sie mich um 15. Boah, ich bin da so gut. Ich bin ziemlich strong, habe ich gehört. Ich bin ziemlich strong jetzt. Und dabei kann ich noch so viel leveln eigentlich. Ja, können wir healen. Okay, ich kann tatsächlich... Hier kann ich farmen, theoretisch. Okay, okay. Free Lunch. Vienna Blood Sausages, Thermos of Spiked Coffee. Spiked Coffee, oh. Kind of stubby sausages made mostly of blood in a syrup that is also made mostly of blood. When you work deep underground, it's hard to keep track of whether it's the appropriate time to drink whiskey or the appropriate time to drink coffee. Eventually you just stop trying. Okay. Brother, Mango hat gedingert. Wann war das? Weiß ich nicht. Sagt sie was zum Ritual? Liegst du aber auch down? Ach du Kacke. So, wo gehen wir als nächstes hin? Main Quest? Wir können auch diesen Smith angucken, theoretisch mal. Oder diese Ranch oder dieses Dog Cave. Da kann ich nichts mehr machen, ja? Dog. Hallo Domsel, na? Also möchte Dog Cave, okay. Dann gehen wir mal ins Dog Cave besuchen. Bierkaktus, nice. Shaggy Dog Cave, that's a weird name. It's certainly friendlier than Scorpion Junction or whatever. Welcome to Happy Kitten George. Enjoy your stay. Gorge. Lol. Oh man, I hope you find Happy Kitten George. Hab gerade locker 5 bis 7 Minuten gewartet, dass mein Game losgeht. Oh je. Was für ein Baum, Alter. Sag mal, ist Shaggy Dog eigentlich eine Anspielung auf Scooby-Doo? Okay. Das ist a plug bolt to the cave wall. Ja, was steht denn da drauf? Record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887. Recorded by Jim Plakewright. Okay. Also halt, das war's. Okay, krass, das ist ja nicht so viel. Ach so. Having acquired through various and sundry means, a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the years before the cows came home, I, Jim Plakewright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. One Piece einfach. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade and a mining pick, a larger coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and jaggy dog and a butt for. Die haben echt viel Shit dabei gehabt, ne? Waren gut vorbereitet, würde ich sagen. After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, 4 of us entered the local saloon and each ordered a beer. Except Sai, who was satisfied with water. Ist das ein Hinweis, dass ich irgendwie, ne? Barman provided our drinks as requested and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Der Barkeeper scheint ein bisschen, ne? Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that though had concealed within the pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Sai, after a drawing of lots, to share. Brother, Alter, die haben ganz schön viel... Brother, after acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as his replacement butt for... Was ist ein butt for? We headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. Zufall? In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. Danke. Was war generell der Point des... Also, was ist jetzt? However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. First was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater, when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp, of foreign design and manufacture, which fortunately still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. So ein Licht ist schon cool, ne? Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman, who we discovered spoke excellent English. Inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were heading in the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued our way. Ja, was könnte das nur sein? Das ist deren Hund, der deren Pferd reitet. Sometime later we encountered a large adobe hut, occupied by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. Einfach die Greybeards gefunden. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, given that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. Wir haben einfach die Greybeards gefunden, Alter, am Fuß gelernt. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. I also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse into that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt for. We continued in our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. Ja, ich auch, alter Bruder. After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check, lest we become incautious, we unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg that he had saved from our basket that had been stolen in Dirtwater. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Also immer dein Ei, immer denk dran, das Ei sharest du auch mit den Homies, ne? Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed torches that Nate had discovered at antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick. We were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave, and engrave them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Wir kommen der ganzen Sache näher. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Sai and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Sai's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. Das macht gar keinen Sinn, das hier müsste doch dann die letzte Plaque sein. Weil er sagt, er schreibt hier, dass er die letzte geschrieben hat. Wenn ich jetzt aber noch eine finde, kann die ja nicht nach der hier geschrieben sein, weil sonst hätte er das nicht schreiben können. Oder? Bin ich jetzt verwirrt? Wenn ich jetzt auf ein Blatt schreibe, das ist das letzte Blatt, das ich schreibe, und dann ein neues zuschreibe, dann war es nicht das letzte. Ja, nee, das macht Sinn. Glaube ich. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr. Joyous at our Joyous at our triumph. We loaded the chest into a wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Blakewright. Brother. It's a whole and completely empty one. Ich hoffe, die Geschichte hat euch gefallen. So fühlt sich also an, der NPC in dem Spiel zu sein, ja. So fühlt sich also an, nicht der Main Character zu sein. Boah, sind das viele Schilder. Finde ich jetzt wenigstens noch diesen Hund oder so? Nee, ist einfach gar nichts. Danke, Dowsel, für die Empfehlung, dahin zu gehen. Hat sich richtig gelohnt. Also ich danke dir wirklich. Ich gehe nochmal zu dem Haus da, glaube ich. Jetzt verkauft der... Howdy there, I'm wandering Sally. Howdy Sally, I'm Schulli. What's your line? Trading. I wander all around these lands, just like it says on the label. And I buy a little here and settle there to make my way. Care to see the wares? Klar. Wandering Sally's campout. Nice. Toasty. Toasty ist voll das leckere Wort, ne? Holy shit. Apfel. 20. Holy shit. Bar of Soap. Carrots. Fungicide Bomb. Can kill a lot of goblins at once, but it takes a while. Okay. Ein Lock. Lucky Marigold. This item goes on your label. Da habe ich noch nicht mal was. Oh, eine Glücksblume. Know what you're thinking. Not so lucky for the marigold. Actually, marigolds aren't conscious, so they can't really conceive for the bad luck. Needles. Pickaxe. Geil. Work boots. Die sind buckelt. 1, 2. Buckle was so. Okay, shit. Ich will eigentlich fast alles von hier. Ich will die Picke. Ich habe aber das Geld, ne? Ich will die Picke, ich will die Boots. Und die Marigold will ich eigentlich auch. Und noch einen Apfel. Danke. Nein. Well, LB, it's Wandering Sally. I ain't seen her in quite a while. You know her? I wouldn't say I know her, but she's passed through Boring Springs a few times. She doesn't keep a set road, so she's a bit more erratic than other traders. Ich mag den Wortwitz der Bombe. Put near site of fungal infestation, light fuse, do not breathe. Wonder how long you're supposed to not breathe for. Fungicide Bomb. Das sieht erstmal ultra aus wie das Fortnite-F. Ich verstehe den Witz nicht, also kannst du mir erklären? Also wo ist der Wortwitz? Es ist eine F-Bombe. Ah, oh mein Gott. Ja, okay, ich habe das so simpel. Ich hab's übersehen. Okay, ich gehe mal einmal nach Hause. You find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army fort. Looks like it fell off the wagon. Or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. Naja, was ist noch drin? Smelling salts, full canteen. Mit Wasser? This is a bottle of foul-smelling ammonia crystals designed to disgust people into being more awake. Combat item gives you 1 additional action point. Okay, brauche ich nicht. Some very old water in a very old canteen. Drinking it would probably give you tetanus, which was discovered very recently. Used in combat puts out fires. Sehr spezifisch. Erstmal die Workboots, ne? Maximum AP Moxie. Maximum AP Armor. Auf jeden Fall. Geben wir die geilen Buckled Shoes. Marigold habe ich schon equipped. Nice. Was habe ich noch gekauft? Ach, die Picke. Machten die. 5 bis 7 Damage. Ja, okay. Ist nicht gut als Waffe, aber gut als... Ich kann buddeln. Ich muss nochmal hier reingehen. Hier war ich noch gar nicht drin. Oh mein Gott. Advanced Beancraft Cookbook. Oh, nice. Disposable Binoculars. Used to discover a new map location if you can find a high vantage point. Ich weiß sogar, wo einer ist. Dynamit? Habe ich irgendwo schon mal Dynamit gebraucht? Plum Pudding? Schaufel habe ich schon? Soda Crackers? Sind die Infinite? Oder er hat Infinite wahrscheinlich davon. Tooth Powder, Vienna Blood Sausages. Da brauche ich nichts Dringendes jetzt unbedingt, ne? Okay. Hi Lloyd. Heard you had something interesting back there? Not sure what you're talking about. Ja, das habe ich in der Höhle gelernt. Maybe my info is too old. I found a note from some travelers that passed through here about 8 years ago. Oh, yeah, that was the previous bartender. He had a little trick he used to offer to show people. It's what got him fired eventually. That senator's wife wasn't amused. He rummages around under the bar for a minute, then blows the dust off a tiny piano about 9 inches tall. Here you can keep the piano, so long as you don't ask me about the trick. Danke? It's a miniature piano. Be right the right size for a foot-tall tickler of the ivories, but the winding key on the side seems to indicate that it plays itself. Oh, geil. Das muss ich aber draußen machen, damit ich das höre.